They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Come here for a minute. I want to talk to you.
Okie dokie.
Mama says you're brain dead.
Bang your head against the wall. Bang, 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 bang.
Can't find peace of mind. Brain needs an overhaul. Bonehead, brain dead.
We're all the same.
You can't think straight when your heart is in pain.
That's right.
Turn around, hit the ground.
Time to lay your burden down.
The views expressed on this broadcast of the Take 12 Recovery Radio Show are those of the co-host and guest and do not necessarily reflect those of our affiliates. The topics and opinions on today's show should not be considered as medical, psychological, or professional advice. Take 12 Radio is not affiliated with any particular 12-step fellowship. And now, here's your host,
The man.
Yes.
The myth.
Yes.
The legend.
the Monty'man.
I'm telling you the truth, man. I
Ain't gonna lie to you.
good guys,
Bad boys, we're all the same. Saved by grace is the name of the game. Turn around, hit the ground. Time to lay your burden down. I just ran in from doing a mile run.
Settle down.
Whee! Welcome. Welcome to the Take 12 Recovery Radio Show. Tony's here.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tony. Marv's here.
Yes, I am.
And Denver's here.
Oh, howdy.
Yes.
We're all
And-
just alive today.
And today's topic is sober fun. Anyone? 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 Anyone?
Good thing it's like not a serious topic because we're just calling it like all out of it today.
We just can't be serious this week.
Sometimes you just gotta be fun.
Okay, but I got an angry email.
This is gonna be fun.
So on one of the shows we talked about alcoholism as actually being an addiction, right? And I got an angry email from a lady who said, well, she said some things I won't repeat, but she wanted to. She said nowhere in the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous does it refer to alcoholism as an addiction. You blankety blank blank.
I
blank,
actually
blank.
got in a Facebook fight with James's secretary person
Really?
about that. Yeah.
Really? So, I'm sorry, lady who sent me the email, but you are incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to challenge me, one thing you need to understand is I do my homework. I will eat you for lunch.
He'll burn you down.
I will.
Her fingertips are on the keyboard already.
Oh, Lord.
So, in the doctor's opinion, in the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, the subject presented in this book seems to me to be of paramount importance to those afflicted with alcoholic addiction. Bang!
Oh, Lord.
Again,
This must be serious, you know.
Your email was a horrible idea.
again, I say this after many years' experience as medical director of one of the oldest hospitals in the country treating alcoholic and drug addiction. Bang!
Oh, boy.
Number
The
3.
hits just keep coming.
In one,
He has more bangs out there, too.
in a vision for you, page 161 and 162. In one of these, there is a well-known hospital for the treatment of alcoholic and drug addiction. Bang!
Bang!
Wow, he's so serious. I wish you could see his face.
A well-known doctor, chief physician at a nationally prominent hospital specializing in alcoholic and drug addiction gave Alcoholics Anonymous this letter. Bang!
Is this your weekly wine?
No.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just
Shooting from the hip.
This is a win. This is a win.
Yeah.
Too bad we didn't have the camera anymore.
So alcoholism is referred to, actually there's a lot more times than that, but is referred to 4 times, obviously, as an addiction.
Lady.
So there you go, lady in blue.
Bang.
Bang.
Bang!
Oh,
This
love it.
poor lady. She's probably going to send you hate mail after this.
I know.
Excuse me, everybody. May I interrupt?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, I think the Monty'man has something brand new to share with us all. It's time for Clean Jokes with No Yolks. It simply means we're not going to egg you on. Go ahead, Montyman. Go ahead.
That's right.
Pardon the pun.
Did you come up with that?
No,
Cecil did.
Cecil comes up with these things all on its own. So in keeping with the topic of sober fun, anyone, because that's what we're doing today. I've got some
Oh
interesting questions for you.
my God.
Okay,
Excellent. I'm excited.
Excited.
where did
Excited.
where did Napoleon keep his armies?
In his sleeveys.
Exempt.
In his sleeveys. Very good.
His sleeves? I don't get it.
Napoleon puts his hand like that.
Who's Napoleon?
All right, we're going to go to number 2.
Move on.
Oh.
Napoleon Bonaparte, the French ruler.
I just know the.
Remember the
movie
guy that has
Napoleon
his
Dynamite.
hand in his
Stuffy little fella.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's try this one. What's the difference between a well-dressed man on a unicycle and a poorly dressed man on a bike?
Why is this a question? Wait,
One
on a
wheel?
unicycle because you can be like steady.
Answer the question. What is the difference between a well-dressed man on a unicycle and a poorly dressed man on a bike?
One wheel.
One wheel.
Close. A tire.
Oh my God.
A tire. Oh.
I thought they were going to be egg-based questions. That's why I was so confused.
No, that was meant to.
Okay.
That was meant to catch you off guard. All right, here's one. Why don't ants get sick?
Antibiotic?
Oh gosh, you're so close.
Oh, Jesus.
Because they have little antibodies.
Ah.
Man.
Okay, now this one takes a little.
Oh, Lord.
Thinking.
It's not a Tony question.
There are no divorce courts at the North Pole. So when Santa and his wife wanted to split up, they got a semicolon. You know why? Because semicolons are great for separating independent clauses.
Oh, my God.
How late were you up? How late was Cecil up?
All right,
last
no
night?
more bang drinks. For you.
Yeah, no more bang drink for you.
That's horrible.
My closet.
Oh, my goodness.
Stop right there! It's time for Monty'man's Weekly Wine!
That's right. It is time for the weekly wine. And this week, Tony has a wine.
I forgot my wine.
How could you forget your wine? Okay, I'm going to remind you what your wine is.
Oh, was it about what we were texting?
Yeah, it's about
Okay, yeah.
the jobless, lazy person.
I'm gonna get so much crap for this one.
Well,
Okay, I hope
You're
my
whining
other,
about it.
I hope my other roommate is not listening because it's my wine. Oh my God, James is giving me so much crap for this.
oh, I want to watch too.
I know.
Go on.
Say it.
People who say they have a job and just don't go to it, but expect to live off of other people. I'll just put it bluntly like that.
Does this person pay rent?
No,
Oh, they're not paying the rent.
no, they have other people paying it for them.
Okay, but is the rent getting paid?
It was a little close this last month.
Okay. Well, okay, so if you got somebody living with you that isn't paying their rent, or you have to stress over whether the rent's going to get paid,
Or bills.
kick them to the curb.
Burn
Because
them down.
it's on you.
Yep.
It's on you. If you're
that's-
allowing somebody to treat you that way,
Thank you.
it is on you.
And I told James it was enabling.
Can I ask, what is the imaginary job that this person goes
That's
to?
what I told her. I said, I doubt very strongly that a person would keep a job if they didn't
For
show
3
up
weeks.
for 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a no-no
Oh my God,
in
my
the
brain hurts.
workforce.
Well, yeah. No, so supposedly when the actual responsible roommate goes away on wildfires, she
Right.
doesn't have to go to work.
Ah, yeah.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Air quotes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, if somebody was renting or leasing from me, and I don't care if they work or don't work, that's up to them. But if I have to worry about the rent getting paid, I'm finding somebody else that's going to be responsible. I'm not going to let them do that because
No.
we teach people how to treat us, and if we're teaching somebody that
it's
okay,
yeah,
then why wouldn't they not pay the rent on time?
Exactly.
It's kind of in
And
our
I'm
makeup.
trying to teach James this, and he is like, I don't care how the bills are getting paid. They're getting paid. I'm like, not the point. So we're butting heads on that one.
Yeah.
So that's my wine. But when we get to the win, I got to win.
Well, give us a win. Do it now.
Yeah.
Mine and James' 1 year anniversary.
Yours and James 1 year. Okay, so I want to know: is this your anniversary from the first time you locked eyes? Thought I was going to say that. Thought I was going to say something else. Didn't you?
No. No.
Sober fun.
We're having sober fun today.
No, we locked eyes a couple years ago, but
Okay, so it was your first official date.
it
Or-
was
or you're
technically
like-
the day he actually moved in. We talked like 2 months before.
Okay, so he moved in on that date.
Yeah.
It's been a year today. So what are you doing?
I don't know. I'm leaving it up to him, but we'll see how clueless he is.
Oh, have you reminded him?
Oh,
that
yeah,
this is-
many a times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I ain't forgetting that one.
He's going to kill me.
When are you guys getting married?
No.
What?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
What?
I did that twice. Never again.
Yeah, but you did it wrong before. That's why. You need to listen to that sermon.
Yeah. There's
You really
things
do.
we need to talk off air about that, too.
You really need to do that.
Oh, Lord. Okay, this is...
Well, first of all, you need to get rid of them roommates.
Yeah.
Well, just the girl one.
Well, isn't the other roommate her beau?
Yeah, but he was there before.
Well, yeah, but they probably come as
a package.
A package.
They're not even that serious.
Well,
yet.
congratulations for your 1 year. Congratulations on your 1 year. That's quite an accomplishment on both your parts.
I could not play the show today in front of her.
So listen, lady, if you got a job, you need to go to the job.
Thank you.
If you don't have a job,
Which you don't.
Just be honest about it and say, I don't have a job. I'm a lazy potato chip, and I'm just going to sit on my couch.
Oh, Lord.
No judgment here,
my
but
goodness.
just get honest, right?
James, are you listening? They all agree.
And if you're allowing people to live in your home and you're not holding them accountable and responsible, it's on you, and you can't complain. Put up or shut up.
Ooh.
There you go.
Bang.
Yeah.
That's hard line right there. Hard
It
line.
is hard line, but it's the truth. Yeah, we can't complain about the way somebody treats us when we're allowing them to treat us that way. That's on us. It's not on them.
Do horses do this, Marv?
Do what?
Are they codependent? Are horses codependent?
I have to think about that.
Yeah. That would be
Caught me off guard.
All right, so I got to play this for you.
I'm a little scared.
Okay, this is in honor of your wine.
I was born with a gift. That gift is to sing.
Working 9 to 5.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow.
I'm gonna need.
So if you could be here around 9, that would be great. Okay?
Keep those bags and machines humming. Work and work. Working in a coal mine, going down, down, down. Working in a coal mine.
Oh, and I almost forgot. I'm also gonna need you to go ahead and come in on Sunday, too, okay?
That's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. I got work, babe. I got work to do. I got a job, babe. I got
Get a job.
I think she needs to get a job.
No.
Get a job.
Get a job. Get a job. Get a job. Get a job. Get a job.
Get a job. It's that simple. You don't work, you don't eat.
The baby!
So there you go.
James is going to kill me.
You don't work, you don't eat.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, there you go.
This is like the best show ever in 2 years.
So more sober fun anyone when we come back. Don't go away.
Around, hit the ground, time to lay a burden down. Hey, what's the #1 resource for addicts and their families? Well, it's In Recovery at inrecovery.com. Stay in touch. We invite you to visit their website for daily posts, essays, reported stories, and updates. For the best and brightest of In Recovery, please subscribe to their free email newsletter. Sign up now to receive bi-weekly stories of recovery delivered to your inbox, along with tips and resources for addicts and their families. For the #1 resource for addicts and their families, it's In Recovery at inrecovery.com.
Hey, look! Running around in the meetings, gobbling up gallons of bad coffee, flapping his gums wherever he can bring a smile to a hurting face. It's Slogan Man! We know cute little platitudes and sayings on the wall in 12-step meeting won't keep you sober, but they sure will make you think, consider, and even laugh your way through an otherwise crappy day. Can't wait to get to your home group to hear those slogans over and over and over and over again? No need to. Pick up a copy of the 12-Step Gazette and join the adventures of Slogan Man. Visit www.12stepgazette.com and subscribe today. Slogans and platitudes are no substitute for working the steps, but Slogan Man is very cool.
Nothing changes if nothing changes.
This is Tony Morosi from the recovery band Self-Esteem, and we're listening to the Take 12 Recovery Radio Show with the Monty'man on KHLT Broadcasting.
Welcome back to the show. Sober fun, anyone? Yes, that's what we're doing today. Having a little sober fun. Whoops. Oh, wait. Whoops. Oh, wait. Oops. Oh, wait.
And now. It's the quiz of the week.
That's right, everybody. It's time for Take 12 Radio's Quiz of the Week, sponsored by that recovery magazine, the 12-Step Gazette. Visit their website at 12stepgazette.com. Now, here's the
Monty'man. All right. Excuse me. Okay. From the Freedom Institute, whoever they are. Useless trivia, just to have fun with. If you get it right,
got one more at the gnome bell.
you get one of them. This is the last week you're going to get the bells, though, because
I know Denver's taking
them back. Yeah,
they're headed to the show with me. Buy a belt, you ring a big bell. Buy a bracelet, you ring a little bell.
Buy bonds and
oh wait, they're not for sale.
Say bye.
Everything is for sale.
Oh, okay.
Make no mistake of that. If you bring money, it's for sale.
Oh my God.
Everything's for sale. All right. Trivia question number 1. In 10 minutes, a Category 5 hurricane releases more energy than, here's your choices, 5,000 diesel trucks coming at you at 100 miles per hour. The second choice is all the world's nuclear weapons combined. And the third choice is 275,000 active meth addicts coming at you.
Oh, my God.
Coming at you with machetes.
You made that one up.
I never want to see that. Go ahead, boys.
Watch The Walking Dead. They're all just a bunch of meth addicts walking around. So 10 minutes, a Category 5 hurricane releases more energy than 5,000 diesel trucks. All the world's nuclear weapons combined, or the 275,000 meth addicts. What do you think, Tony?
I'm just going to say the meth addicts because that was funny.
Okay. What do you think, Marv?
I'll go with second one.
All the world's nuclear weapons?
Yeah,
okay.
why not?
Denver?
Well, I'm going to round it out and take A, diesel trucks.
Diesel trucks? All right. Well, Marv is actually correct.
Nice.
How does Wonder
That don't
World know
happen
that?
very often.
Or Freedom. How
The
did they
Freedom
know that?
Institute. The Freedom Institute. Well, it's according to them, so, who knows.
Who would take toll with the semi-truck?
I don't know. All the world's nuclear weapons combined. All right. Number 2. On average, what do 100 people do with ballpoint pens every year? Don't go there.
Boy. We already did. We already did.
We're not a glum lot. All right. Here's your choices. Swallow the ink by sucking on the pens.
That's a stupid thing to do.
Get plastic pieces lodged in their stomach lining, or choke to death. 100 people every year, they do this with ballpoint pens. What do you think? Marv?
Stomach.
Stomach? Okay. Plastic pieces in their stomach. What do you think, Tony?
Well, none of those were my guess.
Yeah, it wasn't mine either. Wasn't mine.
Yeah, well.
I have no idea.
If
I'm
you
gonna
know
have
what
to
I
pass
mean.
on this one.
What?
Yes, Denver.
Okay. Swallow the ink, plastic lodged in their stomach, or choke to death. What do you think, Denver?
They're going to be swallowing ink because they're
That's
chewing
what-
on the pen.
Well,
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you may be surprised to know that you're all incorrect. An average of 100 people actually choke to death by chewing on pens every year.
Wouldn't know it driving on the road.
It kind of leaves me choked up.
All right.
that was a good one.
Speaking of...
Oh, Lord.
It's possible to lead a cow upstairs. But what can't you do with a cow? And here's...
All right. All right.
Oh, my God.
Well, you can't make them cluck like a chicken. I know that.
No, yeah, there's certain things you shouldn't.
Oh, Lord.
Here's your choices. Lead them into an elevator, lead them downstairs, or lead them to water. What can't you do with a cow? Marv?
Oh, geez.
They just won't follow your lead if you try to get them to do this. They will if you try to lead them upstairs, but will they not follow your lead going into an elevator, going downstairs, or going to water?
Into an elevator.
Elevator?
Say elevator because I have no idea.
Yeah, who tried that out? That's what I want to know.
Who made up these questions?
The Freedom Institute.
Yeah, they did. You know that.
You can visit their website at freedominstitute.com.
No,
I've never seen a cow go upstairs, so.
I've never seen a cow in an elevator either.
So what do you think, Tony?
I'm going to go with elevator.
Okay, Denver?
Oh, the choice is hard.
I know.
Because I'm thinking an elevator is almost like a cattle crossing. That
Right.
step that they have to take over.
Yeah.
And they're real weary about that stuff. So I'm going to go with the elevator.
All right. Well, you're all incorrect.
Oh,
Perfect.
They're not going to follow you downstairs. They're just not going to do it.
They know what's in
No,
the basement.
you're going to have to force them to.
They know what's down in the basement.
Yeah, they'll
The
go
Big Mac
upstairs, but they won't
factory.
go downstairs. Yeah. All right. And here's your last one, and then we got a kind of a piece of interesting information to close out trivia.
Oh, my God.
But here's your last question. It is impossible for a crocodile to do this.
Be a ballet dancer.
It's pretty sober, huh?
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Here's your choices. Swim backwards. Turn over after it's been flipped on its back. Or stick its tongue out.
Ooh.
What is it impossible for an alligator to do?
Flip back over.
Flip back over? What do you think, Tony?
Oh, no, because I watched a crocodile hunter. And he put many ropes on some mouths, so I say the second one.
They can't turn over once
Oh,
they
no,
flipped
no,
over?
no, the sticking tongue out one.
Can't stick their tongue out?
Yeah.
Okay, Denver?
Hey, come on, this
Oh.
is serious.
It's not serious. All right.
Have another bang, baby.
All right. So I don't buy the back one. I'm going to go with swim backwards.
Well, they can swim backwards.
They can?
Yes.
Shot down.
And they can turn over when flipped on their back. But they can't stick their tongue out.
Do they have a tongue?
Danger,
Yes,
danger, danger.
They do have a tongue.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, but they just can't stick it out at you.
Have you guys seen the Facebook
They must
post
use
where
their
the baby-
tail to flip over, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because their front arms are too short.
Story of my life.
All right.
What did you say, Tony? What'd you ask?
I forgot.
You're like my wife.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
But my poor wife, she'll be in the middle of a sentence and forgot what she's saying.
Oh, I do that all the time. Ask
She'll
James.
go, tomorrow I'm going to go. Where am I going to go? I don't know what was I saying?
Oh, have you guys seen that Facebook post where the baby rides the alligator?
No.
It's like a 4-year-old and she rides an alligator.
That's disturbing.
Post it.
She won't for long.
All right, here's a bit of trivia information for you to close out. Trivia. Think about this.
Oh my God.
Think about this.
That's never good when
We're already on overload.
Yeah.
Sucking on hard. Stop.
I didn't say anything. Oh my God. It's hot in here.
Listeners, we apologize now.
Because we're sober.
All of you. Sucking on hard candies causes you
to choke.
Basically, you're drinking your favorite flavored spit.
That's true. That's true.
That's horrible.
That's
That's
exactly
true.
That is exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Wait, is that from the same institute?
Yes.
Oh, these poor people.
So think about this for a minute. If you spit a whole bunch into a cup,
Oh my God, I don't know.
and then take some Kool-Aid
Oh my
mix
God.
and pour it in there with a little sugar, and then stir it up, you made your own hard candy that's already dissolved, right?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Moving along.
I think
now.
we're done with that.
It's starting to get scary.
Yeah.
It's hot in here.
That was fun.
Was
fun?
Was it really?
Sober fun, anyone?
We're not
Alrighty.
going to do a replay, are we?
Oh, I thought that was you. So what if they may bang into a candy?
Can't go for that. If they made bang into a candy, well, they did. Hey, I ate one of those. I ate one of those energy candy things you gave me one day.
Zippity doo dah.
I mowed my lawn backwards.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I can't find them all the time though. They're booms, I think.
Yeah, and I finally drank that energy thing that scared me.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
The
it,
muscle
it
builder.
tasted like gasoline.
Oh my God.
It was some sort of energy
Fuel.
drink thing.
Energy fuel. Yeah, mine's still in the glove box. It may be there, unless you want it.
Not if it's been sitting in the heat in the hot car.
For 3 months.
Oh, there's a Facebook post about that too, about energy drinks, and they use something from like a Lowe's or something, and it burns up. That's what goes in your
Closer
body.
to your mic, dear kid. What?
That's what goes in your body.
Ugh.
And it was a bang that they showed.
No.
Uh-huh.
No.
I'm gonna post it.
You put a bolt in a bang can and it'll be gone in 3 weeks.
Oh my God.
Tell me that's healthy
They
choice.
put like teeth in a can of Coke or something, and it dissolves like in 24 hours.
Coke is good on batteries.
Coke
like
is
for-
good, period.
For cleaning, right?
Was
Cleaning the post.
Yeah, cleaning the post. Uh-huh.
Coke?
I do it all
Oh,
the
yeah,
time.
yeah. All right, so the topic, we've already been doing it. Sober Fun Anyone. This is a little clip from CG Kid. He's a recovering addict. He has something to say about having fun in sobriety. Check this out.
I've had people ask me now that I'm sober, what do I do to keep myself busy now that I'm sober? I feel like getting sober, using just takes up so much of your time and so much of your energy. It's kind of like when you get rid of that and then you get rid of the using friends too, and that makes it even worse because you're like so much time is invested in these relationships, spending time with these people, so what are you going to do when you're sober? And honestly, I think this is one of the most exciting parts about recovery because so much of my life was wrapped around drugs that it became my life. That's essentially it. All my interests, all my passions, everything that I was wrapped up in drugs. So now you take the drugs and the using friends away or whatever, and it's like really a time of self-discovery. So I wouldn't be anxious about what am I going to do. I think it comes to you somewhat naturally. I think it's a beautiful thing because it kind of like you discover who you are when you get sober because drugs kind of like rob us of our identities. At least that's my experience with it. So what do I do after I got sober? Not really anything I thought I would do. I didn't really plan on anything before I got sober. I just got sober and things just kind of naturally started appealing to me and I kind of just went into those things. One of the things I do is Photoshop manipulation, which I've learned to really enjoy. Photography, videography, hence I'm shooting on this camera and I like the post-processing of videos. I also do hip-hop music, which I enjoy a bunch. I am a rapper and I love the audio engineering and I love the marketing. I was in school for electrical engineering, but I decided that wasn't really my passion. So now I'm studying for digital marketing, which is very exciting. So I'm working towards a career in a future. For fun, I like to watch Netflix a lot. When I go out with friends, I like to go bowling, which is odd because I never liked bowling before, but now it's something that I actually enjoy. I go to meetings a lot. I spend a lot of time with other people in recovery. I spend a lot of time helping people get sober or stay sober. Those are just some of the things that I do today, but I get asked that question and I understand the anxiety behind it. It's like, now that you take this away from me, what am I going to do? And I think it's exciting. Like, it's so exciting to discover who you are. Like, I never thought I'd be a rapper. I'm a white kid from the suburbs of Dallas. I used to play guitar, so if you are anxious about that, I wouldn't worry about it. I would just focus on getting sober and, if anything, become like a recovery nut and get really involved in online recovery groups or support groups or anything like that and building relationships for a while. And then those things will kind of just naturally come to you.
So I like to do radio now, and I like to drink bangs, and I like to play with my toys, my little toys, and I like to ring bells, and I like to go bowling with my friends and my cow buddies, and I like a lot of things now.
And gnomes.
I like gnomes. But all kidding aside, CG Kid also says, if you find sobriety boring, you're doing it wrong. There may be confusion of what to do sober. Be patient, and you're bound to discover your passions and interests outside of using narcotics or alcohol. So I cracked up, though, because the first thing he said was, I'd like to do Photoshop manipulation. And I'm like,
yeah.
You're that guy. All about? You're that guy. You're that guy that's taking people's heads and putting them on animal bodies and things like that. And that's what you do. Whatever you do for fun, have fun, right? I mean, my gosh, life's just too short. So one of the things that one of our co-hosts sitting in the studio,
oh Lord,
does for fun,
here it
is cowboy poetry. And so I wanted Marv to share with us. And by the way, we're going to hear. He also writes music. And the closing song today on this show is going to be a song that Marv composed and performed.
And grab a tissue.
Grab a tissue? Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Not on this one.
Not on the poem.
Not on the poem.
Not on the poem. And Marv's going to share with us this poem that he wrote. Can you kind of introduce it? Because people are either going to get pissed off or they're going to laugh their butt off,
Well,
right?
I'm a little worried about the angry side.
Don't worry about that.
How long have you been on
safe
show, Marv?
in here.
So this was actually, I don't have the date on here, but it was written back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Early 90s, and there was a lot of stuff going on about saving the forests and the spotted owl and
about tree
all
hugging.
of a sudden, yeah, we got environmentalists popping up all over the place and
right
stuff going on.
Yeah.
And so the other side of the story is this group of people shows up, and these cowboys are bringing down a herd of cattle, and they got to go buy these bunny huggers, meadow muffins, and sage rat sympathizers. Okay, so
Wow, that's putting it
Bunny huggers,
appropriately.
meadow muffins, and sage rat sympathizers.
yes,
So they got to pass these guys while they're bringing their cattle through.
yeah, and
All right.
it could be interesting.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. Well, in their minivans and motorhomes, they came down in droves. They was bunny huggers, I could tell by their clothes, with their spandex and 10 speeds and ghetto blasters and such. But for me and old Sarley, it was a little too much. Their spandex was black with pink stripes down the side, fluorescent shoelaces in their Nikes. Man, what a sight. Been up in the high country gathering some, and it's about 2 weeks, and we were just about done. We was bringing them down easy and slow. That's when those meadow muffins started their show. Well, they wore glasses to keep out the sun, eating tacos and granola bars, drinking mineral water out of fancy glass jars. They were runners and joggers and bicyclists. Where in the hell do such critters exist? Well, they came in from Portland and up from Frisco, places I'd never heard of, places I'd never go. But right then, that was none of my concern, because I knew darn well I was about to lose the herd. My horse, he came wall-eyed. He started to hump. Grabbing leather was my thought before I get dumped. Then she starts waving and hollering and running at me. Hey, cowboy, just a minute. Could I get your picture, please? Well, I was trying to be friendly. I was trying to be congenial. But my horse, he had other plans, and I'm quite sure they was evil. My rigging went flying. I shot in the air. You get quite a view of the real estate from way up there. Well, the bovine were scattered, and my horse, he was gone. Them bunny huggers and meadow muffins were singing campfire songs. 3 days later, I got back to the ranch. I tallied the cattle and put up my tack. Checked in with the boss and asked for my wage. Picked up my gear, headed deeper in the sage. Yep, they was bunny huggers. They were meadow muffins and such. But for me and my kind, it's just a little too much.
I love it.
Wonderful.
That is wonderful. Yay!
Awesome. Metal muffins? I'm going
Little
to always
meadow
remember metal muffins.
So that's something that Marv does for fun. Is he writes cowboy poetry, and he sings and shaves his head. Do you shave your head?
No.
You know, it just doesn't grow.
Oh, my God.
It's growless.
Yeah, I wish mine was like that. Mine grows out, and then I look like, what was that cartoon
Ooh,
character?
Let that happen. I've never
No,
seen
Elmer
it.
Fudd?
No, where the hair goes like that. I can't think of the guy's name now, but anyway, it looks
The
crazy.
guy that
Wasn't he a scientist? Like an evil scientist?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
No. Doonesbury or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so thank you, Marv. That was great.
Yeah, that
That was
really
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Was that a true story?
No.
Oh.
Could be.
I would have said yes.
It could have been.
Meadow muffins?
It's in the
Meadow
realm
muffins.
of possibility.
Oh, yeah.
That is a possibility.
Because there are meadow muffins, bunny huggers, and sage rat sympathizers.
That's pretty good. You had me actually thinking that was real.
Well, yeah, but the idea of
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
mentality
saying.
is very
Yeah.
real. There are people that, like the whole spotted owl thing was all a
Yeah.
farce. I mean, it didn't even happen. It wasn't even, somebody made it up and got all this political
You're
stuff going. And, but some people have fun making things up to tick people off. Like some of the things that have gone on with some of the things that have gone on.
Now I see your specialty. Mm-hmm. No more silent cowboy.
So we asked the question on social media, what do you do for fun? Now that you're sober. Ruth F., she said, I love hers. It's very simple. She said, gone fishing.
That's awesome.
Our friend Marco says, I go shooting.
Ooh, Marco shoots?
Yeah.
Nice.
Reading, exercising, and coffee shops with family and friends. So these are things that these guys weren't doing before, because they were under the influence or whatever. They had no interest in these things. Bob B. said, started running in a 28-day program in 1987, slowly started 5K races, created Runners in Recovery Running Club, and 20 marathons later, a group of us decided to try a triathlon called Sober Triathletes Group. Many of my best friends are from all over the U.S., and we met through Runners in Recovery, Tri Recovery, and Ironman Recovery. Nothing better than a gratitude meeting, swim, bike, or running along this journey. Very cool. The guy got very health conscious, and then he mixed it with his recovery and put these things together. Jacob M. said, everything. Sobriety set me free. Recovery gave me laughter and love. Guy says, mountain biking, hiking, snowboarding were on my pre-sobriety list. I still do those, but I've added scuba diving, caving, skateboarding, climbing, and travel. Nice thing is I fall down less.
Oh, I love it.
Isn't that great?
I got 86 out of a lot of places falling down. That was a horrible idea.
Donald R., our friend Donald up there in the Brownsville area, says, I get up to do devotionals with my wife now. I have mentors, friends, and family. I choose to be a part of their lives. I learned a ways back, if I wanted friends, I needed to be a friend. I know
that's good.
Yeah, that is good.
That is good.
I know people in many fellowships and many churches as well that are living life without drugs, alcohol, or hurts, hang-ups, and habits, and too many glaring habits. I love the Word of God and the miracles I see take place when someone grabs a hold of the Spirit that set me free. I'm not the man I used to be, my brother. Ultimately, my Savior loved me enough to give his life for me. Now, like him, I get to share this clean life with others. I believe I can't keep it if I don't give it away. It is the love of Christ in the midst of what I'm doing one simple day at a time. I fish, I hunt, I swim. I make sure 28 grandkids.
Oh, my God. Woo! That's like 19 kids and counting.
I make sure they get loved, and I continue to live to be an example people ask questions of and seem to be generally happy to see, like I am when I see them. I love you guys. I hope that helps a little. 28 grandkids. Holy moly.
That's a herd.
That's a gaggle. That's a whole gaggle.
My goodness sakes. Brandon.
That was well put, though.
Yeah, that was really.
I like that.
That was really good. Brandon says, I like to go on hikes and pretty much anything outdoors. Also, I like to go to football games in Eugene, as well as doing fun things such as the upcoming Nitro Circus that's coming to Eugene. I also like learning. So I'm working on getting my ACSM certification to be a personal fitness trainer. So these are just some of the things people are doing for fun, to enjoy life. I think many times we get so caught up in our 12-step fellowship meetings. I know I did this for a long time, where I'm going to meetings every single day, 3 times a day, and I'm not doing anything else.
Exactly.
My family's getting left behind. My other friends are getting left behind, and I'm just in this thing. So I did that for a long time. Now, I think in the beginning, that may be needed. But if you've been doing the recovery thing and you've been sober for 15 years and that's all you do is go to meetings and drink bad coffee, it may be time to expand your horizons a little bit and have some fun.
And it's amazing how 50-50 that is, too.
What do you mean? Explain that.
Like, and okay, I won't say that. But there's that group, and then there's, like, I'm learning, like, there's other things.
Right.
But sometimes you're like shunned because of you're learning other things.
Oh, right. Yeah, by people in the group?
Yeah, in the group. And I don't think they mean it to be mean.
Yeah.
But they're like just so set in that way. It's like, I need to be active. I'm learning, like I paint rocks now and, I go to Talking Waters and, there's other things outside of the rooms I like to do.
Right.
So I totally get what you're saying. But not everybody thinks like that.
No.
And I don't think it's a good or a bad thing. I think it's just to each their own.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't part of recovering
Mm-hmm.
learning to be a productive member in your society as a whole, not just your meeting?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very pro meeting, but if that's all you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been year after year after year, maybe it's time to expand your horizons. I mean, there's so much out there to do. I mean, I love the outdoor thing that a lot of them talked about.
Yeah.
But there's so much out there to do, and part of being a productive member of society is being in society.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And so maybe you go to a meeting, and I've had this happen where I was in a meeting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and if I missed a Friday, all of a sudden I've relapsed.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's what somebody starts saying, or oh, well, he's not putting us first. And I've heard people say, well, so-and-so, he's doing the Jesus thing now, he doesn't come every time now. We only see him once a week. What's wrong with that? Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think we get into recovery for the purpose of being saturated by the fellowship only. Now, I suppose there are some people that is where they find their fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's some circumstances that, I don't know about finding the fun, but
right.
There are some circumstances where you might have a long period of sobriety and something changes in your life that is drastic and leaves you hanging out there like a bobber on a fishing line. And so, you go back to meetings.
Right.
And you might do that every day until things kind of start making sense and calming down.
Until you kind of hit the reset button and
perspective changes and stuff like that.
Well, and I think that's very true. And I think what people can do, and you kind of touched on this on the last two Monday shows, what a lot of people will do is go too far the other way.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll leave their 12-step fellowship completely, right? And say, well, it's watered down. I don't want to go back. I've got it made now. I understand. I've recovered. Well, good for you. But when you do that, the tendency is if you do get yourself into a pickle, then it's harder to come back to the meetings. Mm-hmm. It's a lot easier if you're in the meeting already. Don't you think? I mean, if you're at least showing up once a week or something like that.
And I'll surprise Marv periodically and show up on the Monday meeting after the show. He'd be like, where'd you come from? Yeah, the nooner.
The loony noonie?
And I sit by him. I don't always stay the hour and a half, but I do surprise him.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Periodically.
Yeah. So it's important to stay plugged in, but there's other things to plug into as well. Mm-hmm. Now, like I said, some people, that is where they find their fun. They're just having a gas. They're convention junkies. They're service junkies. They're doing all that stuff. And some people would say, well, if that's all you're doing, then you're probably going to get burned out. Some people don't. Some people really, they thrive in that. And if they're thriving in that and they're staying sober and they're growing spiritually, heck, go for it. So what are some things you do for fun? Denver?
I don't.
Yeah, Denver. Tony, what do you do for fun?
That's a lie. I have your business card. That's a lie.
Yeah. So tell us the truth.
Oh, you want me to talk now?
Yeah.
All right.
I know me and Mark have been talking throughout the whole show. You've been quiet today.
I'm relatively new to sobriety. I got 3 years here, but for me, I drank my whole life.
Right.
Before I could drive, I was drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that I did, and I had a lot of fun. I got pictures that prove it. Some of it I don't remember, but I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, but them ladies in the pictures, they remember.
Everybody remembers. Yeah, some of it I don't remember all of it. But anyways, so when I got sober, it's really difficult for me to find fun things. I gave up fishing. Did you? I mean, I fished a lot, but
when you were drinking,
when I was drinking, and slowly, all of those, everything I did fun while I was drinking, it went away. And I started sitting more thinking about doing the fun things with a bottle in my hand. So at the end of my drinking career, I was just sitting on the couch thinking, tomorrow I'm going to get up and I'm going to go do this. I'm going to have some fun. And I just wouldn't get off the couch. I'd just sit there and drink more. So for me, right now in the sobriety end of it, I work with leather a little bit.
Right.
And I still enjoy getting on the creek and hunting rock and
sticks.
Wood. Yeah, sticks, rocks and sticks. So I guess I pursued my artistic side a little bit better now that I'm sober. I don't give everything away.
Right.
I have to make a little money, gas money to get there. So, yeah, I retained that out of my hobby. But when you get sober, if you've done it your whole life, it's difficult to learn to live again.
Sure.
I just don't have the social get out and be the social butterfly I used to be, mostly because I'm not going to bars and things like that.
Yeah.
So I got church. I got Teen Challenge is a large part of my life now.
Right.
I get to give back to them. Radio, it's a hoot. So I'm learning to live again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and have fun.
And I think this is one of the great things about AA meetings, NA meetings, Celebrate Recovery meetings that do things like camp outs and bowling nights and dinners and these different things, because they help you within your fellowship, because you're in a safe place, start to do some of these other things. I mean, I did the camp out thing for a lot of years. When fellowshipping with brothers and sisters in Narcotics Anonymous. They used to do campouts around here constantly. And that helped me enjoy camping with my family. My other family member, my immediate family doesn't camp, but other family members, it helped me enjoy that again, because I did it in a safe place, first of all. Now, if I had gone from just going to meetings and went on a camp out with a bunch of buddies, I may not have come back.
Right?
Well, you might have came back.
I mean, come back. But
back to the meeting.
First in handcuffs.
Oh, God.
So what do you do for fun there, Tony?
Oh, I'm actually almost 8 years new into this, but I'm still kind of learning, like Denver. I started painting rocks and...
so explain that. You paint these rocks and then you...
hide them.
You hide them, right?
And then on the back I put, caper rehide for Lynn County rocks and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm learning, I'm growing from just doing meetings to figuring everything out, like what you said, and that was perfectly said.
Right.
Knowing that my 3 bases are not work, home, and AA. There's other sober fun things to do.
Yeah.
But you feel kind of outside the box. The show is like my favorite hour of the week. And periodically I'll still go to Serenity Lane and share my story.
Oh, cool.
They'll call me, and I actually like doing that. It's called
it's
being on
enjoyable.
a panel.
Yeah.
A panel. Good Lord.
A panel.
Yeah. Yeah. And napping is actually
napping.
I love napping.
Wonderful.
I never slept while I was drinking, so napping is actually a luxury right now.
So Marv has his music, his cowboy poetry. Do you chase tumbleweeds, Marv?
I don't chase them as much as I do.
You're not picking yourself out of one.
Yeah.
So,
what do you do?
What do I do?
What did you ask that for?
Well, I have to be truthful, and I chuckled a little bit when CG Kid said, I like to watch a lot of Netflix.
I do too.
I like that. I mean, I'm kind of a movie guy. But it's got to be good. It's got to be well done. One of my favorite movies was one of those unknown best kept secrets that they don't really get promoted much. It was called A Street Cat Named Bob, and it was on Netflix. It was about a guy that played the guitar that was a heroin addict, and he befriended this cat. And it wasn't a goofy thing where the cat talks or anything. It was just a real cat. And he made friends with this cat, and this cat, his friendship with him actually caused him to help him get sober, to get him clean. And things like that, things that are really well done like that, I enjoy.
Repeat the name of that
watching.
movie again?
A Street Cat Named Bob.
A Street Cat Named... I'm going to have
Yeah, I
to
think
check
it's a
that
British film. Yeah, and the guy that plays, it's a true story. The guy that plays the heroin addict is actually the true musician.
Oh, wow.
That does the music for the movie, you know. But I'm a movie guy. I like movies. I went and saw, with my son yesterday, I went and saw A Quiet Place.
Oh, how was that?
Oh.
It was a quiet place?
It was suspenseful. Very suspenseful, yeah.
I saw the previews for
Yeah. And so I like to do that. When summertime comes, springtime comes, I like to fix up my patio with the gnomes and get some flowers out there. I enjoy, even though it's painful to do it, just physically, I enjoy taking care of my flowers and, and that kind of thing. And sometimes just sitting out there
right
is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I have my little fountain out there, and I'll sit there, and maybe I'll read a little scripture. I'll read something out of some recovery literature. Sometimes I won't read anything. I'll just sit there, and I'll just look into the sky.
I do that all the time.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite things to do.
So
just
you have
sit.
the propensity to ponder.
I do have a PP.
Had to go there, didn't you? Just couldn't wait for that one.
All right. So the little snippet at the beginning of the show, they're coming to take me away to the funny farm, was written by a guy named Jerry Samuels years ago back. I think it was in the late 60s. If you've never heard it, go to YouTube and look up They're Coming to Take Me Away and listen to the whole song. It is absolutely hilarious, probably very offensive to some people these days because it's talking about mental illness. But if you can't laugh at yourself...
Who can you laugh at?
Really? Mm-hmm. I mean, come on. We got to be able to do that. So, Marv, one of the things that Marv loves to do is write cowboy music, not just cowboy poetry. So we're going to close out the show with a song called Don't Leave by Mr. Marv Ramsey. You want to tell us about this song?
Well,
do we need tissue?
Yeah, you need tissue for this song.
It's kind of different from the aspect of part of the underlying theme of this song has to do with grief and sorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the reason it does is because of a book that I read by a guy named Arnold Rojas, and the book was called These Were the Vaqueros. And what it was a treatment, if you will, on the ending times, not legends, but the lifestyles of the true Spanish vaquero in California, the Spanish land grant ranches. And he was talking about when all of that started to fade away, and through that, there's actually 4 or 5 books in that one book. And what I got out of that, obviously a pretty good education on, but the underlying thing was his grief and his sorrow come through loud and clear to me about that ending.
Right.
That era and that lifestyle and families. And so that came out in this song, even though this song isn't really talking about that. It is talking about the San Joaquin Valley where a lot of that stuff happened. So, but it's basically a love song.
Yeah.
That's what
it is.
Yeah. Well, I want to be sure and mention where this is called a scratch CD. It's not complete.
It's not mastered, right?
Right. And it was done in Silver Lake. at Matt and Rachel Wilson place.
Right.
And Rachel backed me up on the song, and she included the bass instrumental and the violin instrumental, and she harmonized on three different harmonies.
Oh, wow.
On this song.
Wow.
So I really want to credit them. Very talented people and love them to death. So
yeah, good deal. Good deal. Thank you, Matt and Rachel Wilson. All right, here we go. This is Matt Ramsey performing his song, Don't Leave.
I remember years ago, down by the riverside, we would dance, I'd hold you close, moonlight sparkling in your eyes, and something wild calls to me. Go and live the cowboy life. And she whispers in my ear, don't lie, don't leave, don't leave the San Joaquin, don't leave me here behind. What do you think you'll find? Don't leave the San Joaquin, it wasn't meant to be. Don't saddle up and ride. Up to Elko, rode into Idaho, French Glen down in Oregon. Wild cattle, some big stout horses, rode with some mighty fine men. Out on the sage flats late night, the coyote mourns his song, and in my dreams I hear you call, come home, come home. Don't leave San Joaquin, don't leave me here behind. What do you think you'll find? Don't leave San Joaquin, it wasn't meant to be. Don't saddle up and run. Been 40 years, I'm crippled, son. The age is heavy in my eyes. Visions of horses, spurs ringing, ghosts from the past go riding by. And then I see the willow tree down by the riverside, and in the wind I hear the voice, don't lie, don't leave the San Joaquin, don't leave me here behind. What do you think you'll find? Don't leave San Joaquin, it wasn't meant to be. Don't saddle up and ride.
Our own Marv Ramsey wrote that song. Let's keep it simple, shall we? The simplicity of recovery can get lost in all the rhetoric, and then no one's having any fun. So my question is, sober fun, anyone? Well, I'm going to have fun, and if you're not going to jump on the fun bandwagon, you're going to get left behind. Marv Ramsey, along with Matt and Rachel Wilson, don't leave. Until our next broadcast, this is the Monty'man, along with the Take 12 Recovery Radio family. And we're wishing God's perfect serenity for you. Bye-bye now.
Good guys, bad boys, we're all the same. Saved by grace is the name of the game. Turn around, hit the ground, time to lay a burden down.
This has been a broadcast of KHLT Recovery Broadcasting.
'Cause she's a super cat, she's super kitty, meow.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Meow.